What's good, y'all? T in this thing. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you the beginner mistakes of the gear I regret. Let's get it. So I'm gonna be going from my oldest purchase to my most recent, and in no way, shape, or form am I bashing any like company or product. It's just, you know, my personal issues, I guess. So the first one is this 3-piece adapter. It's actually called a 3-piece shoe bracket. And I mean, it can work real good if you need it, I guess. I mean, okay, so I actually got this 3-piece adapter because at the time I was using my Nikon D3400 and I wanted it for the ease of use. I was like, okay, well, I can go ahead and, you know, put the monitor up here, the mic up here, and maybe something right here. So I got it, but I just didn't like it and I hardly even used it because number one, it was way too bulky. Like, just think about it. So this was the camera I was using, right? Put it in, it's already looking funny, and then you put a fat freaking monitor up here. 1 second. Then you got this, right? Go ahead and slap that on there. It's about freaking 6 feet tall, and then, you know, you want to put a mic on the side. It's just, this is ridiculous. Like, who wants to walk around, all right, you guys, you're ready to shoot? No, no. And then it just kind of boiled down to I just never used it. Like, I thought I was gonna use it way more than I thought I was. And this was $19.95. So anyway, next. All right, so the next one is a whole bunch of newer ND filters. Now, I'm not saying ND filters is my regret. It's the fact that it's so many of them in here and it's not even like, it's just fixed ND filters, meaning that it's not variable, you can't change it, it's just one ND filter. So I was thinking like, oh, I need an ND filter, you know, I just wanna get a whole pack, not thinking that maybe I might want to constantly change, you know, I'm gonna be in different environments, I wanna change my lighting, my stops. So this got real annoying trying to, you know, maybe I want to use this one, but then it gets too dark and I need to change it to a lighter one. So I got to unscrew it and put it on and then change it out every single time. It just got super annoying. So I did end up actually getting an ND filter now. I'm using the Peter McKinnon one. But yeah, so if you're going to get an ND filter, get a variable ND filter because this is a hassle. And it also was $10.99. All right, so the next one is this Comica video microphone. The issue I had with this was, number one, how do you have a camera and you don't even realize it does not have a microphone jack? Again, at the time when I got this, I was using the Nikon D3400. And, you know, when you first start, you're like, oh, like, what do you need for YouTube? Or, you know, different things like audio and things like that. And people are like, oh, you need to get a good microphone. You know, if you're just starting, get a budget microphone. So, you know, I'm doing my little research. I come across this Comica mic. I didn't even realize that the D3400 does not have a microphone jack. Like, do your research, kids, because this right here was $53, and this is all before tax. And that's not the only problem. Well, I mean, that's the main problem is if you're gonna get a freaking microphone, maybe you should make sure the camera that you're using it has a microphone jack to actually use it. So I couldn't even use this, but when I was trying to use it, I would plug it into my phone, right? And I would have that bulky 3-piece adapter trying to plug this on the side, plug it into my phone. But the audio sounded the same. It was no different. Everything sounded the same. And I was thinking like, maybe it's my phone because I have an older phone. I don't know. This is what it sounds like in the Canon EOS R. If you have some purchases you regret, like this video. And this is what just the built-in microphone sounds like in the Canon EOS R. If you have some purchases you regret, like this video. So take that as you will. $53. In the trash. All right, so the fourth thing on my list is this camera adapter. So I couldn't actually find the adapter, so that's an extra regret because I looked everywhere in my junk bag full of camera stuff over here. It's not there, so I don't know. But I didn't even use this thing. Number one, again, I didn't read properly because when I first was starting, all I would type in Amazon is like adapter D3400 Nikon kind of thing. Whatever would come up, I'd be like, oh, okay, it says that it works on my camera, but I didn't actually read the millimeters. I had a fisheye lens that, again, I got off of Amazon that I was trying to fit on my camera. This fit on the D34 just fine, but the lens that I was trying to use it on, it didn't fit. If an adapter doesn't fit, it's just not gonna fit. So this was $28.54 that I never was even able to use because I got the wrong one. Imagine that. Now, this one kind of pains me to say because this is my most recent purchase. Like, I want to say maybe I got this last month. It's these reflector clamps. The reason why I got these was because, you know, I do have a reflector, you know, that you can switch out and everything like that, and I wanted something to hold it up. And I have a problem, I guess, with not fully reading, but I could have sworn I read that this came with like a pole that you can actually put in the bottom and, you know, put the reflector in between and navigate it and whatever, because these, you can move it how you want to and X, Y, and Z. It did not come with a pole. I have a whole bunch of other poles, but it's not the pole that I was looking for. You know, I wanted something where I can put in between that little hole right there, you know, just to kind of move it a little bit more and just be more flexible with it instead of just being limited to the bottom to just go straight up and down. Does that make sense? I don't think I'm making sense. But anyway, since it didn't come with a pole, I can't really use it. So these are actually pretty good. I've used these a couple times just with the, you know, trying to clamp like this to like the side of the table and, you know, this to the other side of the table and put the reflector in between. And, you know, I try to work with what I had. Since I can't really use this, I regret it. And these were $26.99. But don't get me wrong, I am gonna use those more than likely if I can find a pole. But as of right now, it's just sitting in the closet. Now, just for a little bonus, a little laugh, a little like what the heck moment, this actually was my very first purchase, obviously besides my camera. But again, when I was first starting, you know, you kind of search up like different accessories you need for YouTube and things like that. The first thing that people would say is like, oh, get you a microphone, figure out something for audio, X, Y, and Z. So I'm like, okay, number one, keep in mind, I didn't even realize that the camera didn't have a microphone jack. But I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get a microphone. I went on Amazon and I typed in like cheap microphone, cheap microphone or something like that. And I come across something that says a Rode mic for $28.54. I'm like, oh, okay, I can get that. Let me just go ahead and buy it. I bought it. I was all excited. When it came in the mail, I opened it. You know what I got? This. All I got was this. If you don't know what that is, it's called a dead cat. I mean, it has different names, but all it is, it's not a microphone. It's just, ooh, that's dusty. It's basically just something that you put over the microphone if it's windy or that you want to block out noise and things like that. So I'm thinking like, they didn't send me my product. They did not send me what I paid for. The $28.54, they did not send me my product. Oh, they sent me the product. All right. All this was a Rode dead cat. I didn't actually even purchase the microphone. So keep in mind, at this point, I only have my camera and a dead cat with a camera that doesn't even have a microphone jack to record audio. So I've never actually used this because, again, this sounded the same in my iPhone. Couldn't use it in the camera. I try to, you know, put this on there a couple times, but it's not necessarily a good fit. Never actually successfully used this. Maybe in the future, but this, again, was money down the drain. I'm sure that I'm still going to, unfortunately, make some bad purchases. I feel like that's just kind of the part of life. Hopefully it can be more controllable. I know for me, I have to literally like sit there and read. Because even with my most recent purchase with the reflector clamps, I thought it came with a pole. I could have sworn I read and said it came with a pole, but clearly not. Make sure you read. Try not to make the same mistakes of, you know, I'm sure we're all gonna still get some gear that we regret in the future, in the past, in the present, whatever. But hopefully, you know, you can save some money by not making some dumb purchases. But all right, y'all, don't forget to do all the things, the liking, the subscribing, the commenting. All right, y'all, I'm out.